Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So I'm here to check in. I had something, on my heart, on my spirit, and I wanted to share it with you guys. It's been a minute, yes, but you guys understand it always is. I don't want to blabber too much. I just want to get into it. So I made some points that I want to run over, some things that I want to discuss today, and we're going to have a nice chit chat. We're going to chill. We're going to relax. So, you might have a little lengthy video. I'll be doing some talking. So, grab a drink, grab some water, grab a snack, and just vibe. And yeah, let's get into it. So, I made a list here on my iPad. Wait there. Where you going? Embarrassment. No. Wait, no. Alright. It says what I have learned in 2021 so far. And the first thing I have here on my list is invest in yourself. Do things that make you happy and things that bring you peace. And all this I'm speaking from a personal perspective. So recently, and maybe a few months ago, I started therapy. I took the initiative to begin therapy because I feel that it's something that I needed at the time, just for myself, because I'm trying to take a more holistic approach on life, to say. And so I started therapy, and honestly, I started therapy for a particular reason. I had some things that I wanted to discuss, and I'm really happy that I made the decision to start therapy because I was able to touch on so many things that I didn't even plan to at the forefront. I was able to unpack so much, and through therapy, I saw such a major difference in myself as a person, in my energy, in my aura, and it has been a really beneficial experience for me so far. I also have do things that bring you peace. So things that bring you peace, meaning, for example, say, all right, you like to go to the park, right? Or say you like to cook, right? This the simple stuff, like even just waking up and before you even go on your phone, you just pause for a minute, you close your eyes, you take a deep breath in, you take a deep breath out, you just meditate and you kind of zen. Those are things that bring you peace that can have so much of a larger impact on you each year until it has a major impact on your entire lifestyle. So yeah. Alright. The next thing is do things on your own time and take small measures to better yourself. So what this means is that don't be pressured by society's expectations or don't be pressured by what everybody else is doing. You have to do things on your own time. No, I'm not saying to be lackadaisical or lazy, but honestly, sometimes or a lot of times, people work best on their own time. So, for example, say there's something that you want to accomplish, right? And so, for example, you might have two friends, or you may have two friends that accomplished this thing like 2 weeks ago. However, you're still working on your process. You don't even know like what concept you're going for, but you know what you want to achieve. You have to do things on your own time because growing up in Jamaica, you always hear the term haste make waste or haste makes waste. So you have to really pace out yourself and don't really like take on too much all at once and then you understand? I've been guilty of that so many times and now I'm learning to just not really ease through life but to take things in strides and to just better balance out myself, balance out my time and to just, slowly take my time and go through what I need to go through. Yeah. And all in all, with that approach, I'm way more calm now. I'm not constantly stressing. It's like I set out what I want to do, I know when I want to do it, and that makes me feel more calm and it makes me more zen. And that brings me to my other point that says set goals for yourself. So set goals for yourself and set a schedule for yourself. I'm always setting goals for myself because I believe that in life we're so multifaceted and I don't like to put limit on myself. So whatever I think that I want to achieve, I always find a way to get it done. I spoke about this if you guys have been here for a while or even if you're new. I spoke about this in my journey into medicine video where I said that I didn't get into medical school in Jamaica. And it's not because I was a bad student, but that's just how it worked out. And I didn't stop there. I still found a way to ensure that I got into medical school and that I was still able to do what I want to do. And I'm here in China and a whole different experience. However, life is about experiences and it's okay to take risks and it's great to set goals for yourself because when you achieve them, the world is so fulfilling. It's great to be honest. It's easier said than done because a lot of times we have factors like lack of resources or we don't even know where to start. But just setting even simple goals, for example, you have things that you need to accomplish for the day. Just writing them down and say, okay, wake up, meditate for 10 minutes, eat a fruit, drink water. By you setting those simple goals and being able to tick them off, that gratification is so great, and that type of mindset manifests into your day, into your energy, and into your whole lifestyle in general. It just makes you more calm. I'm emphasizing on that word calm so much because these simple things have really helped me in my journey of trying to become more holistic and trying to become more peaceful. So yeah. Alright. The next thing says a positive outlook can have such a great impact on you, how you spend your mornings, worship, meditating, how you talk to yourself, who you share your energy with, and who has access to you. So a positive outlook can really, really change things. And I should preempt this by saying I understand some people might be in depressive states or there might be situations where it's hard to have a positive outlook and it's easier said than done when we speak about manifestation and alignment and all of that. I understand. I've been there. But as I said before, it's the simple things. It's the waking up and saying, okay, I'm just going to close my eyes. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe out. I'm going to breathe out. Having my retainers for a minute, sorry. I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to breathe out. Just the simple ways of starting your morning. I remember I had read a study one time that said when you wake up in the mornings and just by spreading your bed, it helps with your productivity for the entire day because you're already getting your brain active by just doing that simple task. It can change your whole mood. Sometimes you realize that if you're home and or wherever you are and you spread your bed, like you maybe feel more inclined after you spread the bed, maybe you want to wipe here or maybe you want this. It gives a more productive sense. Another thing as well, worshiping. Maybe you're not religious, and if you are, worshiping has always been a good way for me to start my mornings, especially when I was in high school. I used to try to worship every morning, even when I was in second year. No, not so much because I feel like I'm always rushing, so I'm trying to just stay more grounded and maybe just meditate or do some positive affirmations before I start my day to really get me going and to get into it in a sense. How you talk to yourself is another factor that is really important. And for example, me an idiot. Me don't sound happy. Me this and me that. Like words mean things, and we be surprised that the weight that words actually carry and how they can manifest themselves into how we view ourselves and how we look on the world at large. Listen, you were created in glory. You're created in awesomeness. You're created in beauty. There is nobody like you, right? You are one of a kind. Me, Romeo Donaldson, there's nobody like me, and that takes time and that has been something that has pushed me through life, and that is something that I've always held on to because I know, listen, at the end of the day, I am great. I know what I can achieve. I know what I can do, and so I'm going to push myself to be the best Roman that I can be. I'm going to push myself to be the best me that I can be. And a lot of times, I remember teachers used to maybe say that maybe I was arrogant or X, Y, Z, but my mother always understood that I was just intrinsically motivated, and I have to push myself and to know that, okay, I don't have to rely on society to make me feel great. I'm going to do that for myself. I'm going to speak life into myself. I'm going to affirm myself, and that has changed my life so much. And as I said again, every day is not going to be like that. You're going to have days where you have challenges and days when it's not that easy to speak life into yourself because, we're going to quarantine, you maybe put on the weight, maybe, you don't find yourself to be so attractive. But trying to get into the habit of even doing it can have that much of a greater impact. So I think taking into consideration the words that we use, how we speak to ourselves, and the energy that we kind of surround ourselves with, that is so important. Who you share your energy with and who has access to you. A lot of times we may be in some situations or in some relationships, whether friendships, intimate relationships, romantic, etc., where the people are not good for us. And we turn a blind eye, maybe because we're infatuated or maybe because we're in love, whatever that means, whatever that means. And so it's really not the best situation, but we don't really meditate too much, we don't really think about it too much. And then in turn, that has a negative impact on our energy, on our whole being. And like you, we don't love that for us. So yeah. And next one says, who has access? I think who you share your energy with and who has access to you. Those two they're not synonymous, but they're similar in the sense of they kind of intertwined in a sense, because who you share your energy with, like who you choose to like to speak to or to share moments or whatever, and then who has access to you, like people who you let in, like maybe your friends or certain interactions, and them way there. Yeah. Alright. Next one says, life is a process. Take it in strides and one day at a time. And this is so true. I almost said true. This is so true because, especially as young people, we see a certain like standard or projection that's in society, and we feel that because I don't achieve this at this age, or because I don't do this at this age, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, or stuff like that. So because of that, it puts us in a sense where we're always trying to like push ourselves, and it's not a bad thing to push yourself, but at the end of the day, like, to what avail? You're pushing yourself to what avail? I realize now that we all have to pass on someday, regardless of what we may believe. Well, I believe we pass on someday, and our journey here in life ends, or cycle ends, and so life is a process, and it's important to look at life from that perspective. And I think when you're able to say, okay, I'm taking it in strides, I'm doing this thing, then I'm doing this thing, I'm doing this thing, it helps to kind of create more peace and more balance in your life, because you know, say, okay, I'll achieve this, because we all are born and we all die, we all pass away. So now I'm trying to take that approach, and if you realize, I don't know if you can feel the energy to the video, but I'm really more calm these days. I try not to worry about certain things, I try not to really stress about certain things. I think that's one of the points. Yeah, that's my next point. I'm just trying to take life in strides and to understand that it's a process, and everything is about stages, it's about experiences, and we get through it. Yeah. The last thing says, try to focus. Let me put this here. Try to focus on the things that you can control, and try to focus on the things that you can actually control. And I have in brackets here, mind over matter. And I'll go back to the same mind over matter thing. I know it's easier said than done with the mind over matter, but trying to focus on things that you can control. And my friend L'Oreal always says this to me, and my sister as well. But you see me, high maintenance, always, I want to do this, and I'm frustrated, and I want to achieve this, and always pushing myself. But it brings me back to the point, to what avail. When you look at life from that perspective, like taking it in strides, life being a process, and trying to focus on the things that you can control, I swear to you, it changes your whole energy, it changes your whole outlook. Because then it's like, okay, it's like you're not necessarily prioritizing, I don't know if that's the right word that I'm looking for, but it put things into perspective, if you understand what I mean. For example, right now, I got my exam timetable from my school, and for this semester, I think we do Chinese language, medical genetics, pathology, immunology, microbiology. Pathology, immunology, and microbiology, those are like the subjects with like most of the content, those are the heavy subjects. And I have those subjects on the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. And me, I say, what kind of timetable is like what? However, it's been said I can't control it anymore. All I can do now is just try to prepare myself as best as possible. To just try to go into each exam, just approach each of them individually and say that okay, I'm going to try to do my best and to get the best grade possible. So I think that's a good example of trying to focus on things that we can actually control. So yeah, I don't know how long I've been talking for when I'm editing. I'll see, but I don't think I'm going to be editing out much because it was really an honest perspective. It's something that I just wanted to share with you guys and to just check in and let you know what I've learned, and hopefully some things that I spoke about today can resonate with you guys. I'm always grateful for your support, and I'm happy that you chose to come here today or this morning, this evening, this night, when whatever time you're watching this video, and to just come to our safe space, come to our community, and to just be one. So thank you guys for your support, and until next time, guys, session.